Good afternoon. Welcome into the Hayfield House here on Principia College campus for this matchup between the Principia Panthers and Maranatha Baptist University Sabrecats. Sabrecats coming to this game 0-1. Played yesterday down in Missouri and took a loss there. Panthers, this is their opening afternoon, I should say, after winning a scrimmage against Lewis and Clark Community College a couple days ago. Ready for tip-off. Just about. Here we go. It's Bobby Alford, the jump for the Panthers. Sabrecats recover. This Panther team having to reinvent themselves a little bit this season after losing senior Shamari Miles and Jaquan Adams, both now playing pro ball overseas. They're the anchors of the team in previous years. Now looking for some new stars. Isaiah Parker, a senior, number 11, you'll see, going to be the Panthers' #1 option, it looks like, coming into this season. Look for him to make immediate impact, especially on the defensive side. Impressive quickness and athleticism from him. Parker serves as a captain. That's Jordan Williams there, and the attack gets blocked.
Looking to go ahead, but and it's scored by number 30.
Yeah, baseline jumper there from Will Schultz. Beautiful shot. He was the leading scorer last year. It's Nolan Simon getting there into the paint. He's going to draw a foul. Looks like they're going to call that on the ground to be a sideline out. As I was saying, Will Schultz last season led the Sabrecats points scored. Also, Braden Cox, third leading scorer from last season, returns for the Sabrecats. Keep an eye on both of them. Bobby Alford, third on the attack there, denied.
Picked up by Charlie.
There's Charlie Hoffman there. Offensive rebound, back up.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a travel.
Yeah, travel called on that. Alford trying to go for the double jump. Get it up and in. No luck this time. That's Cox there, number 2. Underneath Schultz, started by Hoffman, kicks it out. Sabrecats reset, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Need to get something off. Parker, good hands there. Panthers, steal there. Hoffman on the run up ahead. Parker doesn't find him. Panthers set up the half-court offense. That's Nolan Simon there looking underneath the Charlie Hoffman, deflected. Maranatha defender. Baseline out. Parker attacking the left. Strong takes and get fouled there. The 2 free throws there. What are you seeing early on, Deja?
Well, now that the Panthers have lost 2 of their great players, they're trying to pick it up like a lot. And now that they have 3 seniors, Panthers are trying to stay on top this season.
Yeah, absolutely. A great season last year. Jaquan Adams finishing his Principia career as one of the best scorers.
Now playing in Argentina.
Yeah, now playing in Argentina.
Apparently in the semifinals right now.
Hey, look at that. He very well could be listening right now. Parker knocked down that first free throw. Panthers' first points of the season, his first points of the season. Hits both those free throws. Parker, I have to say, every time I walk through this gym, every time I come to the facility, he is always in here getting work in, whether that's in the weight room, whether it's on the court.
Always trying to stay on top of his game. They all are.
Yeah, Jordan Williams, good hands there. Little poke out. Sabrecats recover. Cox on the left side. Defended by Nolan. Forcing the baseline. Schultz, mid-range J.
But a miss, an air ball by number 30.
Air ball, that's Schultz.
Great defense by Principia Panthers.
Yeah, Nolan Jones way up in his face. Nolan Simon, excuse me. Parker thought about the three. Sit off. So Alfred on the attack, left. No good.
Miss, but, oh.
Hoffman's going to get that offensive rebound. It's going to end up out in Parker's hand. Parker for three. No good.
But
offensive rebound again by Alfred.
Kicking it out before he goes out, but a foul.
Yeah, loose ball foul there called against the Sabrecats. Going against number 4. Ben Price. Panthers dominating the offensive boards early in this game. Not able to execute off them yet, but good move there from Alfred into the paint. He's going to get his own miss. Goes back up. That's another offensive rebound there. Panthers going to have to start capitalizing on that. They want to pull ahead here. Thought about the three. Good move into the paint from David Gingrey.
Panthers by 2.
Yeah, ball fake, hop step. That's a beautiful basketball right there. Got downhill real well. Parker into the paint, kicks out to Williams. Williams baseline.
And a nice pass
out
to
Simon.
Nolan with the 3 and a
Ribs
miss.
out. That was a good look, though. That was the best half-court offense we've seen so far in this game from the Panthers. And Simon's going to knock those down. He's a shooter for sure. Price. This is Schultz. The block extended on the right side into the paint, working against Hoffman. Makes a move in.
Oh.
Some fancy footwork there into the paint. Well defended by Hoffman, but just better work by Schultz. Williams finds a hole, gets to the basket.
Oh.
Denied. Could have been a foul there. No call. Say it's a block. Maranatha back on the attack. Controlling the pace right now. Panthers having their opportunities, not able to finish so far. You're going to have a foul called in that play. Some serious intensity here from the Sabrecats early on. Panthers struggling to match it right now. Subs coming into the game for Sabrecats. We're 22, 1, and 3. Number 1 is Emmanuel Coffey. Number 3 is Roger Maines. And number 22 is Tony Garcia. Panthers are going to take a timeout here. About 5 minutes into this game, Sabrecats with an 8-2 lead. Also subbing into the game, DeMontrell Jones for the Panthers and Eaton or Simba Smith for the Panthers. Both Jones and Smith, the subs for the Panthers. First-year Panthers, although they are transfers, both sophomores. Smith a forward, Jones a guard. Looks like Hoffman will get a seat. So having to guard Schultz there early on in this game. Jordan Williams will also take a seat.
Also, who looks like he's coming here for the game for the Sabres is number 14, Christian Cleveland.
Yeah, it's a whole new 5 for the Sabrecats. Going to get something going here.
Simba with a nice deep flag.
Yeah, great hands. He's going to stay on that side. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Panther defense rotating well and working well together right now, despite being down on the scoreboard. Got a travel called on the catch.
The one thing I've noticed is that the Principia Panthers, they're trying to hold them down to the shot clock to make them rush for a shot.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job. Really fundamental there on the defensive side. He's going. Smith with his first touch, kicks it out. Montreal into the paint, kicks out Parker. Thought about the 3, attacks left, back to the middle, good move. Stop, puts it up. Little push shot, no good, rims out. Sabrecats rebound, coming back the other way. It's a Coffey there, number 1. Defended well by Jones. Into the paint. That was Tony Garcia there. Good move, up and under. Simon, Parker, 2-man game. It's the paint. Bobby Alford, he's getting a foul there. Sabrecats not agreeing with the call. Could have gone either way for sure. It looks like the defender might have jumped with him. Which gives the ref cause to blow the whistle. Either way, Alford going to the line. Getting ready to check in for the Panthers. Abe Pogue, as well as Demetrius Torrance. Goes Alfred. Left-handed shooter. First free throws of the game. Clanks that first one out. Demetrius in. It's like Pogue waiting to sub in for Alfred. Alfred hits the second, and Pogue will come into the game. So the only starter still in the game is Nolan Simon, point guard, defending ball. Baseline attack, stopped by Torrance. Panthers
left on the shot clock.
Once again, I know Coffey's gonna have to shoot this. Try to swing it to the corner. Blocked out of bounds. Pogue.
Oh, but they got it back.
Saved to nothing. That's a good move there by Maines. Recovers that saved ball from Pogue. Pogue probably should just let that one go out. Shot clock expiring, would have been Panther ball, but Pogue. Offensive rebound there from Simba Smith, scoring his first points as a Panther. It's the first time Panthers been able to take advantage of one of those offensive rebounds too. Coffee back from Maines. Well defended by Simon. Corner. Once again, phenomenal half-court defense here from the Panthers. Shot clock expiring. 3 goes up. Clanks off.
Good defense by Principia Panthers.
Yeah. Smith snagged that defensive rebound there before shot clock expired. Be a Panther baseline out. Their corner, one more. Torrance into the paint, good move. Gets that sent away by Sabrecats number 14. That's Christian Cleveland with an emphatic block on Torrance. Torrance, good move to get some penetration there in the paint. That's what the Panthers need. Just got to finish those, find a way around those defenders. They're definitely, Sabrecats that is, definitely filling the paint right now. 10 on the shot clock. Sidebound Smith into the paint, trying to make a move. Kicks it out. Smith, good look here. Slams it! All over Tony Garcia. Simba Smith getting the crowd going a little bit. Now we got Simon with the steal. Momentum going the other way underneath. That's going to be a foul there on Coffey. He runs right through Latrell Jones. Just can rewind that stream to that slam by Simba Smith. And we're only 30 seconds removed from that, but you can already feel the energy times 10 up in here. Looks like Torrance a little bit upset with handsiness and some defense. Ref tells him to knock it off. Torrance here. Sideline screen set by his friend, a Pogue. Pogue, good move, trying to look for the step back. He's a shooter. Simon into the paint, left hand floater, push shot, doesn't get it. He's gonna try to get us on the ground, trying to get his own rebound. Sabrecats out and running here, 2-on-2. Stops the break.
Simon with the steal, but a foul at the same time.
I think that might be a foul on the Sabrecats, though. I think so. It's going against Sabrecats number 13, James Hawley. And Simon, a monster right now on defense. Forcing turnovers. That might be a second steal already. Coming into the game now, we got Kingsley Cockburn for the Panthers. A guard, looks like he's playing on the wing. Pogue gonna take that three, bang. That's butter right there. 5 feet behind the arc. Can't leave that guy open like that. That's just what the Panthers need. Spread out that defense, force them to defend, get out of that paint so Simba Smith can get to work. This is Cox, perimeter. Sabrecats looking to get some momentum back on their side. A 7-0 run by the Panthers right now.
3 seconds.
Poked out by Jones. Sabrecats are going to retain possession, though. That's going to go out of bounds. Panther defense coming up big once again. You hear the crowd showing their appreciation.
Number 30, Charlie Hoffman, coming into the game.
Now Hoffman defended Schultz earlier in the game. I anticipate him doing the same thing here. Simba Smith takes a seat. Cockburn into the paint, gets that strip by Cox. Cox out on the run. It's a 5-on-1 right here. Blocked by a Pogue from behind. Stripped out off the offensive rebound. Torrance. That's going to be a foul going against Will Schultz. What a chase down there by Pogue. That was a 5-on-1. Cox thought he had a free layup, and Pogue said, nuh-uh. He said, nuh-uh. Panthers already in the bonus here. Torrance taking some 1-on-1 free throws. Hits the first. He's gonna get a second here. .80 run from the Panthers. Torrance makes it 9.
Now the game is tied with both teams having 12 with 10 minutes and 44 seconds left on the clock.
Oh yeah, temperature rising in this gym right now. Sabrecats trying to get something going. Into the game for them. Got Joe Shank getting his first minutes of the day. Shank Schultz gonna pull from 3. Clanks off the round. Pogue with the rebound. Panthers down and running. Got a Wolf behind him. Pogue be able to stop him into Cockburn. The perimeter. Sides against it. He's going to take this one, though. Nothing but air. He's going out of bounds. He's going to stay here for the Panthers. The Panthers this year underneath new coaching from Nico Dominguez. Previous head coach Todd Zimmerman still assisting. Torrance over to Jones. Foul on the ground. Panthers firmly in the bonus now. So nevertheless, Jones is going to the line here. Panthers 4 for 5 from the free throw line so far. Whistle blown. Looks like
Shot clock.
Yeah, shot clock problem there. Refs get that sorted out. Deja, how's this team comparing to these men's basketball Panther teams of the past?
There is a lot of difference now, like how we said previously, now that they lost a few of their star players, really in the 2 years that I've been here, each team is trying to grow exponentially and
Yeah.
try to prove that they're better than how they were last season. And that's what they're trying to do. Right now, the Panthers at the beginning of the season, they were in 10th place. They're trying to get out of that 10th place area and try to be number 1 this season.
Yeah. It's a good bucket there by Chris Orsello. Excuse me. Good movement there from Maranatha to get back or to end that 8-0 run. Jones, mid-middle looking for Hoffman. It's going to go off of Hoffman, out of bounds. Sabrecats. Ball, Isaiah Parker coming back to the game. Jordan Williams coming into the game. Abe Pogue played some solid minutes there coming out. So is Demetrius Torrance. That last Rosillo bucket assist going to Will Schultz. It's 2 on the game. Cox, Rosillo. They're trying to get to Schultz in the paint. Posted up against Charlie Hoffman. Hoffman defending. Shot clock go to 10. Well defended by
layup, but missed.
Yeah, great defense from Hoffman. Forces him to go baseline. No angle on that bucket. Into the paint. Jones, easy. Puts that in. We're back to a tie game.
Shot clock again.
Yeah, maybe we have some new people getting trained on shot clock this year. Home opener. We'll give a little bit of leeway there. Cox defended by Jones. Over to Orsello. Maranatha trying to work this underneath there for Schultz. The perimeter defense of the Panthers has been so strong. It's been difficult in recent minutes. Good switch there. Cockburn defending Cox now. Cox underneath, up and under. He's going to put that in. Good move. Cockburn went for the pump fake. Up and under. Here come the Panthers looking to respond. Hoffman trying to get by Schultz. He's going to get fouled. Bump there. It's going to be a block. Going to the line no matter what. I believe the Panthers are in double bonus now, meaning they get an automatic 2 shots here. So far on the game, 4 for 5 from the line. Hoffman, I put that one in. Excuse me, I think they're 5 for 6 from the line. Now 5 for 7. Yes, 5 for 8. Hoffman hits that one for his first points of the season. Gets sub out. Here comes Smith, number 4. Back into the game. Looks like Schultz took a seat. Wonder if Coach Nico Dominguez is running something here where when Schultz is in the game, so is Hoffman to defend.
Good post action right there.
Yeah, Hoffman, super strong monster in the weight room. Makes sense for him to be defending their best player. Senior, lots of experience. From deep.
Ooh.
It's Maranatha, number 12, took that shot. It's David Gingery. Clanks it out, but a little bit of confusion between the Panthers on who's grabbing that rebound. Caused that one to go out of bounds. Coming into the game now, Nolan Simon again. Jones to Montrell. Take a seat. A hold there. It's going to be called on Isaiah Parker before the ball was inbounded. It's his first. Orsello can't handle the pass underneath the basket. Goes out of bounds, Panther ball. Simon. Over to Alfred. Alfred. Smith. Smith. Williams. Trying to make a move there on the baseline. Gets the screen from Smith.
And a charge call.
I think it was a move and screen on Smith. I believe so. A little bit nitpicky there. Smith, a couple seconds late.
And a foul called on the Sabrecats.
A little bit of push off there, trying to get some room. So one offensive foul traded for another. 10 fouls in less than 13 minutes of play for the Sabrecats. Giving up a lot of free throws. Jordan Williams into the paint, kicks out to Parker. Parker for three. Not quite. Rebounded by Smith.
Simba.
Goes up strong. He puts that in. Smith is the team leading 6 points on the game. Big offensive rebound. Strong going up again. Stolen by Williams. Parker trying to go up and under. Doesn't get there. Coffee rebounds. Parker from behind trying to get that steal. No luck. But the Panthers now their first lead of this game. 17-16. Parker now with 2 fouls in the game. Subs coming into the game. It's Tony Garcia, Roger Maines. Panthers done a good job. Schultz, Maranatha's best player, already has 2 fouls, so probably getting some extra time on the bench right now to keep those fouls under control. Sabrecats definitely can't afford to lose him. For 5 fouls and you're out of the game. Shot clock winding down on the Sabrecats again as they struggle to get something going. It's half-court offense. Shot put up.
But able to get a 3 out of it.
Pretty much out of nothing. Joe Schenk able to bail out the Sabrecats there. From 3 is Maranatha back in the lead. So Williams attacking. Floater. That's good. This game's tied again.
Sabrecats coach is not exactly happy about how that play went.
Yeah, that's Coach Rob Fuller in his 3rd season. Trying to get his boys going, not let Panthers get in the paint that easily. Attacking baseline. Simon's getting called for a reach there. Sub coming back to the game. That's Braden Cox. He's going to give Schenk a break. Garcia off the baseline inbound. Good dish, denied by Pogue. Pogue with his 2nd block of the game already. Williams coming down the court, over to Pogue, trying to reward the defensive work, and Pogue's going to capitalize there. The left-handed push shot assisted by Williams. Pogue putting in work early. 5 points on the game. Fly past Pogue.
Just
3.
a little too early for that.
Yeah. Fly pass block there from Pogue. James Hawley puts in the 3. So Simon on the attack. Creates some room. Banks shot off the backboard for a little layup. Panthers back in the lead. These teams trading blows right now. Get a hold. He's going to get Smith, excuse me. Smith's 2nd of the game. Not too much trouble here with 4 minutes left in this first half. Nevertheless, he's going to take a break. Hoffman into the game. Schultz for Maranatha still on the bench. One more foul. And the Sabrecats going to be in the bonus. Or maybe they are now. No, one more and then they'll be in the bonus. Okay, knocked out by Williams. Alford's going to keep this in bounds, but he's going to go straight to Tony Garcia. His mains on the baseline, trying to make some room back to Garcia. Panthers recovered quickly there off that turnover. Okay, mid-ranger from Garcia, rims out. Hoffman rises up.
By Charlie.
Yeah, way to rise up right there. Go that aggressive. Here comes Simon. About to hit the 4-minute mark in this first half. Hoffman thought about three. Let's get called for a, that's Mains there. It's going to be called for a hand check. Hoffman's going to go to the line here on the bonus. Hoffman 1 for 2 on the free throws so far in today's game. Those free throws really are the difference in this game. That's what's kept the Panthers tight like this. As Chuck hits the first one coming into the game. Demetrius Torrance, Williams take a seat, playing some solid minutes there. Also taking a seat for Maranatha is Christian Cleveland coming into the game. Number 24, that's Chris Orsello. Orsello tied for the team lead in points today, 4. Chuck goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line right there. 3 for 4 on the game. All of his points coming from the free throw line. Good move there from Cox into the paint. He's going to kick out. Garcia probably had a jump shot there. Didn't take it. Kind of stalled the offense. He's over to Cox.
And a foul.
Yeah, I was going to put the Sabrecats in the bonus. They're going to the line here, 1-1. Foul's going against number 6 of the Panthers. They don't have a number 6, excuse me. 15. Demetrius Torrance. Cox at the line. Shoots these at a high percentage going back to last year. Misses that one though. Alford underneath for Pogue. Pogue kicks out. Simon thought about the 3. Good move behind his back. Mid-range J. Money.
All right.
What a move there. Nolan Simon. Torrance, good defense, good hands. Good job not to foul. All over Cox, not giving him anything. Maranatha looking to attack. Garcia on the 3-point line. Shot clock line out again. Orsello got to get something up. Spin move into the paint. Little turnaround. Mid-range J is good. Good move there from Orsello. 6 points on the game. Here come the Panthers. 27-24 lead. Charlie Hoffman on the block. Penetrates. Good draw the foul there. Going up.
Tony Garcia does not agree with that call at all.
Yeah. I understand in the heat of the moment, it's easy to disagree, but it looked like a clear foul to me. He's saying he was straight up.
When you're in the game, you automatically forget that you can bring your hand out and don't even notice it.
No, that's instinct. Here's Hoffman at the free throw line for the 3rd time today. Knocks it down, 4 for 5 on the day. You know, that's really valuable to have a big man like Charlie Hoffman who's able to shoot the free throw. Smooth mid-range and 3-point jumper as well. Out of Tehachapi, California, senior captain. Putting some good minutes here today. Worked his way all the way through the system as a freshman, sophomore. Didn't get much playing time last year. Really got on the court a good amount this year. A starter, a captain, and an anchor to this team. Sabrecats trying to get something going. Rosello. Shot clock winding out again. Fitted by Torrance into the paint. Number 13 for Maranatha misses that. Chuck with the rebound. Ahead to Alfred. He's going to find Pogue in three-point line. Pogue for three. Short that time. Remember, he knocked down one early in the game. Here comes the defensive side. Able to stop ball. Cox, good penetration here. He's going to put that layup in on the baseline. Good move to get by Pogue. Maranatha keeping this close. Less than 2 minutes here. Simon. Torrance. Good attack by Alfred. He's going to draw a foul there. Yep. It's called from the far sideline. It's going against Rosello. Alfred's going to go to the line. Panthers already 10 points off free throws in this game. Make that 11.
Panthers have the lead. They're going to make sure that they keep it.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to this, or going into the end of this half, it's a big deal. They're 11 for 14 at the free throw line today. 30, that's a third of their points. More than a third coming off the free throw. They just keep on executing there. Kingsley Cockburn coming in the game for Alfred after he hits those free throws. 2 minutes left. Looks like Coach Dominguez is going to let this group ride. Turnaround jumper. The paint from David Gingery. No good. Here comes the Panthers. Simon controlling. Spinner by Rosello. Gets into the paint. Shifty, quick. That's Nolan Simon right there. Getting the bucket again. 6 points on the game. Loving what I'm seeing from him. Good hands by Torrance. Torrance pokes that out. Gets on the ground then.
Oh, 10-second violation.
Some impressive defense from Torrance. Love the intensity. Looks like Coach Dominguez does as well. Though he shows it in a much calmer way than his, what's the word I'm looking for? Coach before him.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a timeout, full timeout from the Sabrecats as they look to get back on the right track. Man, this Panther defense is just hounding the Sabrecats right now. And early on in the game, Panthers weren't hitting their shots. Since then, they've turned it up from the field so far in this game. They're at 38.5% from the field. Maranatha having more opportunities than the Panthers and executing at a higher percentage, 50% from the field, but not able to get it done so far.
Still almost less than a minute left in the game, but a lot can happen in that time span. So we'll see what happens in this first half of the game.
Yeah, Coach Dominguez has got to be happy with how his team responded to that intensity that Maranatha brought out earlier in the game. And the momentum is fully shifted to the Panther side of the court. Minute 15 here. Coach Fuller from Maranatha Baptist University had to call that timeout, get his boys settled down a little bit. Not let the 7-point lead grow any more than it has. Notably, Will Schultz still on the bench. Simon, good idea there to try and get that ball to Isaiah Parker. Isaiah Parker couldn't handle the pass. Chuck Hoffman will keep that in bounds. Here come the Panthers again off another turnover. Parker attacking left, gets by a defender into the paint, puts that in. Parker's second bucket of the game. Panther lead up to 9. 20 seconds on the shot clock, so Principia is going to get this ball back. It's going to happen right here. Here's Simon on the breakaway. One-on-one, he's going to get past the defender. It's going to be a free layup for him. Puts it in. Oh, and Simon showing out here. 8 points in the first half. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds. Sabrecats will hold for the last shot. This is Cox defended by Simon. Simon's going to poke it out. 4. Maintain his footing. He's going to put one up here. He's going to get to the bucket. That's 10 points in the first half from Nolan Simon. Panthers going to go into the half with a 13-point lead. Student section, Principia fans showing their appreciation. Story of the first half, Sabrecats came out firing, had the intensity. Panthers matched it, and now going into the half with a sizable lead. We'll be back in 15. Welcome back in for the second half of this matchup between the Panthers and the Sabrecats. Panthers up 39-26 going into the second half. Taking a quick look at the summary of the stats. Team leaders in points for the Panthers, Nolan Simon with 10, Chris Orsello for the Sabrecats with 6. Story of the game so far for the Panthers has been the free throws. So far today from the free throw line, 12 of 15. That's 12 points from the free throw line compared to none for the Sabrecats. Only one trip to the line. They went 0 for 1. That truly is the difference in the game right there. Nolan Simon impressing on the offensive and defensive ends there in that first half. 10 points, as I mentioned, but also 4 steals. Abe Pogue also big 3, as well as 2 blocks there in the first half. Panthers getting it going again. Trying to get Isaiah Parker going after a little bit of a slow first half by his standards, only 4 points. Gets on the board early there. 6 points in the game now. Simon defending on the far sideline. That's Cox trying to penetrate, get something going. Will Schultz back into the game for Maranatha. Didn't play a whole lot in that first half because of some foul trouble. Cox will turn around. No good. Here come the Panthers. Simon sees a hole, blows right by defenders, getting to get an and one here. Nolan Simon, turn up, baby. 12 points on the game, going to the line with a chance at 13. 3-point play on the way. He hasn't missed a free throw today. Referee telling him to settle down a little bit.
It's hard to tell a player that to settle down. That's what's keeping them going throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, and that's a huge bucket right there. You know, he was more or less 1-on-5, just blew by one guy. He caught the defense off guard and executes a 3-point play with that free throw. The Panthers slowly start it, really putting it on the Sabrecats right now.
Oh.
Mid-range J there from David Gingery. Probably had a blow by there. He decided to stop, hits the mid-range jumper, so it doesn't matter. You see the Sabrecat coach right in front of us is ready to be a little bit upset until he hit the jump shot. It's all for nothing. Isaiah Parker, the perimeter. Drive, kicks out to Alfred. Alfred getting downhill. Up ahead. That's Gingery again. He's now got 8 points on the game. Here's Simon, mid-range jumper, he goes up. High off the rim. Chuck rises up. The rebound gets poked out. We're gonna get jump ball, alternating possession. Maranatha ball. It's a good job by Charlie Hoffman there. Really rose up. Really good at high pointing that ball, bringing it down. Not able to hold on, gets it poked out by the Storm defenders. The alternating possession just happens to go Sabrecats' way. Price penetrating, kicks it out. Cox on the perimeter. Schultz probably could have got called for a travel there. Kicks back for Cox. Cox hits his first 3 of the game. That's part of his game. That's where he gets the majority of his points. Knocks that one down. And that's the attention that Schultz demands. Big body, long arms. Their top scorer for sure. Something the Panthers are really aware of. But he draws all the attention, allows him to kick it out. Just like that. Gingery. Gingery puts in his 3rd bucket of the half already. He's turning up. 8 points on the game, or 10 points, I believe. And all of a sudden, Sabrecats back within 10, 9. 9-point difference. Got a timeout here for the Panthers, called by Coach Dominguez. Full timeout. They came out early, the Panthers did. Got a couple of quick buckets there. But Gingrey from Maranatha, along with a three-pointer there from Cox, cut that lead all the way down to 9, and Dominguez is gonna put out the fire before it really gets going, or at least try to. Looks like we're not going to see any subs from either side coming out of this timeout. Just catching the breath, getting everybody right. Buzzer sounds. Here we go. Simon here on the left side. And Williams, Parker on the right side, left-handed. He's going to try and get to the middle here. But he dumps it off. Chuck. Parker thought about the three. Attacks left, kicks it out. Corner, Jordan Williams going to call for travel there. Right idea. It's a little bit too much of a shuffle there in the feet. Ref happened to see it. It's one that you'll see guys often get away with. But ref got him that time. Schultz, free throw line extended. Good pass into the middle. That's Price. Price up and under, defended by Alford. That's a good look from Schultz. It's again an example of how he draws that defensive attention, frees up his teammates. Charlie Hoffman faces up. Simon attacks baseline. Kicks over the corner. Parker for three from the corner. Short. Here comes Cox. Panther lead, cut to 7. Orsello. Guarded by Parker. Picks up his dribble. Schultz. Free throw line extended at the 3-point line. Working against Charlie Hoffman. Hoffman's going to get called for a foul there. It looks to me like Schultz might have just slipped, but.
With these refs, you never know what they see that we don't see.
Yeah. I certainly don't have the best angle. Maybe a combination of a little bit of a bump and a slip. Either way, that'll be Chuck's second foul of the game. Checking into the game now, Kingsley Cockburn, Demetriel Jones, Simba Smith. Smith, of course, also had a big first half. Errant pass goes out of bounds. Panther ball. That foul doesn't hurt anybody. We're seeing for the first time today Charlie Hoffman and Simba Smith in the game at the same time. They're the Panthers' two biggest players. Smith listed at 6'6", Hoffman at 6'4". Panthers already been dominating the boards. I think it was even for the little hand check. It's going to be called there against Gingrey underneath the basket, guarding Hoffman. Coming into the game for Sabrecats, Coffee, Holly, and Maines. As Schultz, Gingrey, and Price take a seat.
Nice pass to Charlie Hoffman.
Now Hoffman here, up to 7 points on the game. Anticipate Dominguez is going to try and get him subbed out here pretty soon. Good move by Cox, gets all the way to the bucket, works around. Miscommunication on a switch there. It's Demetriel Jones, right side, coming by Cox. Over to Smith. Hoffman gets fouled. It's going to go on the ground. Foul's going against number 13, James Holly. Took a little blocking foul there. Simon into the paint. Little push shot floater. That's going to go in. 15 on the game for him. Number 13, Nolan Simon. Continues.
They're having trouble stopping him. He's going to make sure nobody stops me on this court right now.
Absolutely. They don't have an answer for him right now. Cox working on the left side. Defended by Chuck. Switch there. Stolen by Simon. He's going to go up to 17 points on the game. 5th steal. To the paint. Coffee kicks out. Orsello for 3. Short. Rebounded by Jones. Jones underneath for Simba Smith. Simba Smith puts in the layup. Panthers respond to that run from the Sabrecats in a big way. Come back with a run of their own. The lead back up to 13. And you know who's going to get that going besides Nolan Simon? 17 points on the game. You know, he's shooting 72% from the field so far today. Everything that Coach Nico Dominguez could have asked for. Panthers and Charlie Hoffman specifically have held Will Schultz relatively quiet, only 2 points on the day. 3 assists though. So Schultz finding a way to help his team out in different ways. Instead, Gingery, David Gingery that is, for Maranatha, is taking a little bit of the spotlight, 10 points in the day. Here they come out of the timeout. Cox down low for Garcia. Kicks out for 3. It's Holly, rebounded by Jones.
Great rebound by Jones.
Yeah, up ahead to Smith. Kicks out. Cockburn for 3. Bang. Beautiful look there from Simba Smith. He's going to get an assist for that. Cockburn, senior, lots of experience, cool, calm, collected. Puts it in. A foul called against Smith. Got caught a little bit out of position there. Refs award the attack on the far baseline. Coming in the game now, Pogue, a Pogue that is, and Demetrius Torrance. Charlie Hoffman's going to take that seat, and Nolan Simon as well. Garcia, turnaround push shot. Trying to get his own rebound. He does so. Kicks it out to Coffee. Coffee for 3. Tipped, I think. Rebounded by Simba Smith. So Jones on the attack. Gets to the middle. Kicks back out. Cockburn. Jones wide open in the corner. Not quite. And here comes the Sabrecats. This is Coffee controlling. Number 1, the graduate student. Into the paint. Gets it stolen by A Pogue. A Pogue up ahead for Jones. Jones going to try and chase this down. He's going to keep it in bounds. Straight into Holly's hands. Sabrecats back in possession. Panther defense getting into position, matching up. Here comes Holly. Coffee on the near side. Free throw line extended. Attacks the middle. Defended by Cockburn. Cockburn stops, and there's going to be called for a travel there in the paint. The defensive intensity once again for the Panthers.
What they're able to do to really capitalize on their defense when a person is going on their side, they're able to switch just in time, so they make sure that nobody's left open, and that's really good. That's the really good part about the Panthers right now.
Yeah, impressive communication and chemistry for a team with so many new players. Torrance kicks out. Jones for three, misses that one. Rebounded by Cockburn. Cockburn back out. Pogue attacks into the paint. He's going to call for a travel. He's kind of got caught in between there. He's going to try and kick out. Got the little passing lane taken away. Seems some subs into the game. Schultz is into the game again. Orsello along with Price. Deflected. Torrance trying to get that steal. No luck. Panther defense a little bit out of position here. Gingrey attacking. Kicks out to Schultz. Schultz from the corner for three.
Miss.
Short. Rebounded. Looks like that went out of bounds. No call from the refs.
Refs don't call it, then it ain't out of bounds.
Torrance attacking the baseline. Little float shot. Short. Air ball. Rebounded by Holly. Holly working against Torrance here. Panther defense all over them. That ball's going to get through. Holly, defended by Smith. Smith, careful not to foul. A little bit too strong on the little push shot from Holly underneath the basket. So Smith grabs that rebound. Body hits the ground. Smith caught between, takes the mid-range J. Defender all over him. That was Price all over him. Smith says doesn't matter. Knocks it down. And he's up to 9 points on the game. Panther lead back up to 18. Schultz dishes underneath for Orsello. Deflected. Schultz gets it right back. Knocks down a little turnaround baseline J. Jones attacking into the paint. Foul's going to be called here on the ground. It's going to get 10. That's Joe Schenk. Came back into the game a few minutes ago. He's going to take a break here as Braden Cox will come back in. Cox, 9 points on the game. Holding down the point guard position for Sabrecats. Baseline out. Jones able to get it into Torrance. The back, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time. It's Torrance attacking middle. Good move. Up in the air. Woo!
But Abe was there ready to assist if need be.
Yeah, it looks like Abe thought he was getting a little bit of a lob there. Great body control by Torrance instead. Puts in a little float shot off the glass. Schultz attacking downhill. Defended by Smith. But for each is going to be called on Smith. Definitely could have gone either way. Coming into the game, Nolan Simon making his return to the court. So is Isaiah Parker. Cockburn and Jones taking a seat. Simba Smith up to 3 fouls in the game. He's got to watch it just a little bit here, especially guarding Schultz. Torrance defending Cox.
Nice block.
Yeah, Torrance got up there. Sends the layup from Cox out of bounds. Shot clock is currently at 10. Looks like head referee's gonna reset it to 13 instead. Be a baseline out for Sabrecats. Schultz in the paint. Goes with a little turnaround J. Smith gets the rebound off the rim. Torrance deep three. A little bit strong.
But a foul. Whoa.
Looks like it's going against Torrance. I was watching the ball. Things like Deja was too.
No idea what that means.
Either way, foul's going against Torrance. Looks like some sort of technical. Possibly for taunting or some.
Or a flop.
Or a flop. They do They do call technical foul for flopping in NCAA.
Which is just, can't say
No.
that.
Right. Cox knocks down the technical free throw, and Sabrecats maintain possession. Torrance got subbed out there. Jordan Williams into the game now. Remember, Torrance did get warned earlier in that game from the sideline referee to watch the flopping, and sure enough, it got him this time. Foul's called on the ground, it looks like there. Going against Isaiah Parker. A little push, referee says.
Isaiah Parker has 3 fouls tonight.
Yes. And that Smith is up to 4. Beautiful pass there from Schultz into the paint for Price. Man, that's just a good look right there. Not much you can do on defense. Pogue called for the travel out the catch. Carter saw it before the ref.
That was a travel.
Bobby Alford, the third, coming back into the game. Abe Pogue will take a seat. Schultz gets downhill. This is the layup. Offensive rebound by Price. Couldn't put it in.
Nice tip out by Bobby.
Yeah, great work there. Alfred Parker trying to get downhill on the sideline. Had a mismatch. Had to pick up his dribble, though. Kicks out Jordan Williams. Attacks middle. Gets to the paint. Dishes off to Alfred. Well, look, Smith with the rebound. Kicks out to Williams. Williams attacking baseline floater. No good. Gets his own rebound. Out to Parker. Offensive foul going against Parker there. Parker's not happy about it. Principia fans aren't happy about it. Against Simba, yes. And he's fouled out of this game.
Wow.
Unsure of what that call is. It was an off the ball foul, no matter what it was. Perhaps a little bit too handsy there. We'll have to check a replay to see exactly what it was. Either way, Simba out of this game. Charlie Hoffman back in. Cox gets all the way to the basket there for an easy 2. Simon attacking baseline. Caught Cox out of position, gets called for a blocking foul. Coach Fuller of Maranatha not happy about it. Parker kicks to Hoffman. Hoffman in the corner. Gets his own rebound.
Gets his own rebound and puts it in.
Hey, that's why you follow your shot, kids, right there. Schultz didn't box out the shooter. Hoffman made him pay for it. Hoffman now 9 points on the day. Deja's laughing at me.
I mean, that was a really nice term that you just used.
Cox gets the basket again for another 2. Parker for 3, bang.
3.
He's up to 9 points on the game. He was beyond the arc a significant amount there, knocks that down. Like I said, he works on that every single day. Cox here has to pick up his dribble, kicks over to Schultz in the far sideline. Free throw line extended, makes a move towards the baseline, gets a switch here. Hoffman, good communication, switches back on him.
5 seconds.
Schultz gonna have to pull this 3, and he hits it. It's a good shot, high arcing 3-pointer from far corner. Hoffman a little bit late on the closeout. Williams pops up for little mid-range J. Gets him going. Jordan Williams, 4 points on the day. Cox penetrating in the middle. Schultz working against Hoffman. Hoffman defending. Schultz gets up there. He's going to draw that and one. Puts it in. And all of a sudden, here comes Will Schultz after a slow start. He's up to 7 points now.
Hoffman with 3
Maybe 9.
fouls. But it is hard to like try and guard somebody that is exactly your size.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for anybody, guarding Schultz would be a tough task. Long wingspan, tall, deep bag on the offensive end. Clanks that free throw, though. Hoffman able to grab the rebound. Isaiah Parker, open three again. Bang! Once again, Isaiah Parker, 2 threes in the last minute or so. Up to 12 points. If you're the Sabrecats, you cannot allow Isaiah Parker to get hot. They've kept him quiet for the majority of this game, and here he comes. Three-pointer there from Marcelo all over Charlie Hoffman.
This is only about to be a 3-point game.
Comes Simon. Bad pass stolen here. This is Gingery working against Alfred. Alfred defending.
He knew not to jump too early. You do
Yeah.
that fake, get them off their feet, that's an open shot for anybody.
Yeah, it's a good way to avoid a foul as well. Williams working against a smaller defender. Taking to the paint. He's going to get a foul called on the ground. Going against Ben Price, push.
With 3 fouls.
Now coming into the game here, Tony Garcia, along with Joe Schenk. Something to note, Simba Smith fouled out of this game. Charlie Hoffman, Bobby Alford are the only other forwards listed on the Principia roster. And there's Isaiah Parker again. Three threes. 3 threes back to back to back. And he's up to 15 points now. I think it's safe to say Isaiah Parker's hot. This is Maines. We're going to get smaller Simon. It's good recognition of the mismatch by Simon, or excuse me, by Maines. Simon, a shifty, quick hands, good defender, but a little bit undersized. Parker open again for 3.
Oh,
Clanks this one.
ruined that streak.
You know, this crowd would have exploded if he hit that one. A little bit of a heat check there. It was an open look. Alford defending, open look for Gingery on the far side. Clanks that one.
Oh.
Hoffman gets around his box out. What a rebound. Listen, no. Simon attacking, hangs up there. A little bit strong off the glass. Garcia rebounds. Maranatha with numbers here on the attack. Gingery against Hoffman. Hoffman, great defense. Good job not to foul. Williams keeps it in bounds. Back to Garcia. Poked out. The foul's going to go against Hoffman. Hoffman doesn't like it. Now Hoffman, he's going to be at 4 fouls. A little bit too handsy there probably. He gets subs. Hoffman's going to have to take a seat. Alfred's going to have to stay on, keep that big body on the court. Grab those rebounds, guard their big man. Aid Pogue also into the game along with DeMontrell Jones, Kingsley Cockburn. Pogue will make up for some of that size lost with Charlie off the court. Pogue's listed at 6'4" as Garcia hits that first free throw. Maranatha in the bonus here. Coach Rob Fuller for Sabrecats recognized that Hoffman, been guarding his best player for most of this game, had to come off the court because of foul trouble. So Schultz getting ready to check back in. Pogue on the far side. Attacks baseline. Kick corner looking for Cockburn. It's deflected out of bounds. Here comes Schultz. Garcia's taking a break. Schultz into the game. Looks like Alfred will have to meet the challenge of Will Schultz. Isaiah Parker thought about the three, attacks right instead.
Foul.
Foul's called a little bit late by the sideline ref. Parker's going to go to the line here, 15 points right now. He's 2 for 2 from the line today. Isaiah Parker out of Modesto, California. Transferred here last year for his junior season, a senior now. This is the first free throw. Hits that one. Parker up to 16 points. Panther lead is at 14. Cox working against Jones. That's Hawley from the opposite free throw line, extended three-pointer, hits that. 11-point lead now for the Panthers. Sabrecats trying to get a little bit of momentum back on their side as this clock is winding down, less than 4 minutes. Alfred into the paint, over the defending Will Schultz, goes right at him, challenging him, put it in. Alfred now with 5 on the day. Hawley working against Pogue. Pogue, he called for a block there.
It could have been really either call.
Foul goes against Pogue.
But sometimes it's not about your hands, like it's also your hits at the
Yeah.
same time. Because if you cause your opponent to go off balance enough, you'll get that call.
Yeah. Oh, it's true. The Maranatha do a good job of going into the defenders, creating that contact. Hawley misses that first free throw. Demetrius Torrance back into the game. Isaiah Parker will take a seat. Expect to see him back into this game before it's over. One of the Panthers' best defenders. The time winding down. Anticipate Coach Dominguez prioritizing defense a little bit. Torrance, near side. Jones, crossover, trying to get in the paint. Miscommunication with Pogue. Pogue was cutting. Jones wanted him to stay in the corner. They talk it over, back on the same page now. The Maranatha ball coming into the game. Here's Ben Price. Roger Maines will take a seat. Jones gonna get a steal there from Cox. Jones goes up and under just to make sure that the pursuing Hawley couldn't get a block on him. Here comes Orsello. Guarded by Poke, gets it poked out. Foul going against Jones. A little bit quick on that whistle for my liking and for the Panther bench liking. Jones only his first foul of the day. Orsello will go to the line though. Maranatha firmly in the bonus. Both teams in the bonus at this point. Orsello rims that one out, back rim. Hits the second. Looks like Maranatha will get into a little bit of press here. Time winding down. Marcelo trying to jump the pass. Pogue into the paint. No foul called in that play.
Foul call.
Alford gets the offensive rebound, not able to put it back in. Very easily could have been a couple foul calls in that play. Instead, it's Price for three. He hits that. Leads down to 11. Minute and a half left in the game. Jones gets by a defender. Over to Pogue. Pogue throws it away. Here comes Holly. 1-on-2. Alford there to defend. Errant pass. Another turnover. Expecting Alford to jump with him.
Two options. Either lay it up or pass it.
He guessed wrong. Alford decided to stay on the ground that time and stay for it. The timeout called. 11-point lead, 1 minute 15 seconds left in this game, and you know, in this sport, anything is possible. But this one looks pretty well
won.
Pretty well won for the Panthers. On the back of Nolan Simon there. An electric end to the first half, an electric beginning to the second half. Maranatha finally found a little bit of an answer to him there in the late minutes at the cost of letting Isaiah Parker get hot as he hit 3 threes here in the second half. Those two combining for 33 points on the day. Maranatha coming out of this timeout ready to get going. Minute 15, 75 seconds to close this gap. Nico Dominguez and his team 75 seconds away from getting Coach Dominguez the first win of his coaching career at Principia. Trying to trap Jones. Finds
Left
William.
Jordan all the way by himself at the bottom.
A great find by Jones. Marcelo for three. Clanks it off the glass. Jones with the rebound.
They're going to foul.
Maranatha looking to foul most likely. Over the 13-point lead. This game is more or less over. 15 seconds on the clock. Hoffman's back on the court here. Jones for three. Bang, and that's the game right there. 82 points for the Panthers. Still 66 for Maranatha. Orsello for three. Misses that one again. Can stay within bounds. Alford will click the rebound. The shot clock is turned off. Panthers will get this up into the front court, and that's going to do it. Principia Panthers on the backs of Nolan Simon, Isaiah Parker, 33 combined points, pick up their first win of the season. Simba Smith fouled out there halfway through the second half, but also contributed 10 points, including an emphatic slam that got the momentum going in the Panthers' direction earlier in this game. That's it for us today. My name is Ethan Booth, here with me, Deja Carter. Everybody have a good day.